Just got out of the gym, mind right, diet right, everything right, feeling good. All right, I want to talk about something real quick. So Browns fans seem to be like up in the air about this. I see a lot of ESPN analysts talking about Browns letting go of Kevin Stefanski, things like that. And here's my 2 cents. 2 cents about it. I don't know why a lot of Browns fans and ESPN analysts are like, oh, fire Kevin Stefanski right now. Fire him right now. You know, we got a 2-time coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski. Very rare to find that on the market. Jimmy Haslam came out and said he was the one who forwarded the Deshaun Watson trade. He wanted that trade, so they went for it. Obviously, it didn't work out. It's fine. You know, we gave the Texans a playoff team, playoff berth, everything. You know, oh, I'm looking tired, but I'm looking good too. You know, a playoff team. We gave them, we built their team for them with all the picks we gave them for Deshaun Watson. Now, that same Deshaun Watson didn't have anything to work with as far as receivers go. Everyone jumps on his boat, said, oh, he's washed up, all this other stuff. What did he have to work with? He had washed up Amari Cooper, who Joe Flacco caught a couple glimpses of like good time Amari Cooper. Couldn't get separation. Njoku, let's all face it, Njoku's not that good. I'm sorry. Fannin has come in here and made Njoku look like a third-string tight end. I'm sorry, he does. Fannin came in and made Njoku look like a third-string trash tight end, and now we have Fannin, who looks damn near like a Hall of Famer last year, for God's sake, with either quarterback throwing him the ball. So then they had Flacco, let go of Flacco. They put their money on Dillon. They didn't put their money on Dillon like everybody says. They didn't do that. They had a plan. They did execute exactly what they were going to do. They let Dillon have 6 games. They let Shedeur have 6 games. Dillon went out there, played dink-dunk ball the whole time, didn't push the ball down the field. I don't think he completed a pass over 20 yards the whole 6 games that he was on the field. It was atrocious to watch. We've went over this. I don't think Dillon Gabriel has a very high ceiling. So with that being said, when you look at that, you're like, okay, you know, maybe there's something going on. Interesting note. Tommy Rees got the play calling after Shedeur Sanders went onto the field. Why? Tommy Rees was helping develop the coaches just like Kevin Stefanski. The quarterbacks just like Kevin Stefanski was. Kevin Stefanski wanted to take that off his plate because Kevin Stefanski is a pro quarterback. He has college kids out there. That's what he has. Well, he has college kids and probably the worst wide receiving core in the entire NFL. I'm sorry, they are. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know how you're so popular or what people say about you, but you have shown nothing this year. You actually last year you did great. Last year you were decent. This year you fell off a cliff. I don't even think you got 800 yards this year. I think you have more drops than you have catches, for God's sake. Let's just make that clear. More drops than catches, probably. I don't know. I didn't look up his stats, but I know they're not great. Fannin probably had the most receiving yards on the team. I know he had 700, 800, something like that, which, you know, it's amazing. Judkins, you know, thank God he's young. He can recover from that dislocated ankle. I think he'll be okay. Sampson's great, you know. But he handed the play. Kevin Stefanski handed the play calling over to Tommy Rees for Shedeur Sanders. And everyone's seemed, oh, Kevin sucks. He handed the play calling over because his play calling is very advanced. It's very, very complicated. And the offense needed simplified. That's why they gave it to Tommy Rees. He is a college player, coach, learning the NFL systems. Tommy Rees was at Alabama. Tommy Rees is a great coach for that style. What's the guy's name from who got drafted to Seattle? He coached him. Oh man, I don't even remember his name. He's the backup in Seattle now. He got drafted in about the 3rd round, I believe, 3rd or 4th round. It's escaping me right now. Someone can help me with that one. But he's an immense talent. He's an athletic freak. I think he could be really good. He just needs to develop. He's got Sam Darnold to learn from, which is really, really good. I was high on him on the draft, and I just can't remember his name because he hasn't been on the field. Tommy Rees gets the play calling. Tommy Rees starts, giving plays. And it wouldn't have been any different if Dillon Gabriel was out there. No matter what the coach is, you have college kids. The only difference between Shedeur and Dillon is Shedeur throws the ball. He throws the ball deep. Is it always accurate? No. Accuracy comes in time. You got to get used to the NFL speed. You have to get used to that stuff. Same thing with Dillon. You got to get used to that speed. So everyone's judging Kevin Stefanski because we had a couple losing seasons with younger talent and last year older talent. Can we all please remember that Jimmy Haslam was the one that pushed for this trade? Can we all please remember that Kevin Stefanski cannot do anything but coach? That's all he can do is try to coach. Deshaun Watson came back after a year out of football. Do you think anyone coming back from a year out of football and not seeing the speed of the game is going to do any good with the receivers that we have? No. Was the play calling good? I thought it was. I thought the play calling was, it was innovative. And everyone's giving Kevin Stefanski crap for like the reverse. Not his fault the players effed it up, because if you watch the film, if they had executed that 2-point conversion with that reverse that everyone was up his ass about, guess what? It's a touchdown. Go back and look at it. All Judkins had to do was tip the ball to Bond, and there was nobody had contained. It would have been a touchdown. But because it failed, everyone wants to jump on Kevin. I think Kevin Stefanski needs to stay the coach of the Browns. I think Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur Sanders is going to be a really good combination. I really do. I do believe that. I do believe that there is a lot of potential with that matchup, but I believe he gave up play calling because Shedeur and Dillon aren't at the NFL caliber yet. They're green. They're so green. But Shedeur shows so much promise, man. He the way he reads it, the way he does things, the way he gives his guys a chance. Like the interception against Pittsburgh where he just threw the ball up, and Judy didn't come down with it. You got to fight for that ball, Jerry Jeudy. You got to fight for the ball. It's pathetic. It's pathetic that you can't fight for that ball. And he gave the guy a chance. I'd rather see somebody throw the ball and give their guy a chance than dink and dunk down the field for negative plays. I thought Shedeur opened up the offense. I thought there was a lot of potential for Shedeur. And like I said, Dillon, he just plays too safe, man. You're not going to win dink and dunking down the field. Now, obviously, both quarterbacks suffered from a bad offensive line. A lot of DeJuan Jones out. Jack Conklin out. Our guards are playing terrible. Posic's playing terrible. Center's okay. It's not a good team. We have an all-star defense with like backups on the offensive line and the offensive receiving core, except for Fannin. Obviously, Fannin is just he's great. I gotta manipulate myself here. All right, yeah, but see, and I don't know if anybody agrees with me or not, but that's a big ass piece of ice. I just think Kevin Stefanski needs to stay the coach of the Browns because he's trying new things. He's trying to get the offense going. Like that power formation where there's no quarterback and Judkins is just running the ball. Let's not forget, we scored about 6 times with that play at the goal line this year. That's 6 touchdowns. That's good. That's really freaking good. I don't like doing it in the middle of the field because I think taking a shotgun snap in the middle of the field and there's a wildcat, it's going to be a run. But like if you're on the freaking goal line, it's mano y mano. Like let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's take it to the other team. So I think that he's innovative. I think that he calls good plays. I think that he has a good system. I think that Kirk Cousins was really good in his system. He has a lot of Gary Kubiak in his system, but it's hard to run an advanced offense when you got guys who can't do the offense. That's why he handed off the play calling. That's why I think Kevin is a great coach. He knew the talent he had. He gave it to Tommy Reese to do the plays. Was it successful? In a window looking at it, yes, it was, because there was somebody made progress in that system. Shedeur Sanders did. Dylan, as comfortable as Dylan looks in the pocket, you can look comfortable in the pocket all you want, but if you're not performing, that's on you, bro. Like, you just didn't perform well. And you can say la 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 all you want and talk all the crap you want, but if you're not going to perform, you can't perform. Shedeur has performed. Shedeur has shown that the system actually works, but he needs time to develop. The media in Cleveland, holy crap, dude, like they try to turn their own teammates against each other, against the coach. Like, the culture in Cleveland is loser. That's just what it is. It's a losing culture with a losing media trying to sabotage everything that we have. We're trying to build back what we have. We got 2 first-round picks this year coming up. Probably going to get a receiver, whether it's the guy from Arizona State or it's Tate from Ohio State. I don't care. One of them needs to come, build an offensive line, grab another stud receiver if you can. There's a lot of offensive linemen in this draft that can take over spots, guards, tackles, you name it. There's plenty out there. Let Kevin build this team for the next 3 years, and I'm guaranteeing you we're taking the North. We have a quarterback. We need an offense and a patient fan base that we don't have. Because all y'all want to do is fire Kevin, fire Kevin, fire Kevin, fire this guy, fire that guy. It's not the way. It's not the way. Patience and build. They made a mistake. They admitted they made a mistake. Everybody knows they made a mistake. But 90% of you was all happy that Deshaun Watson was traded for. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a top QB. I knew it wasn't going to work out. I wanted Baker Mayfield to stay. And when I said that before, out in public, people were like, oh, he's trash, because you're not a patient fan base. Be patient. Let Kevin stay. Let Shedeur stay. Build the offense. See if Judkins going to be all right when he comes back. If not, draft another running back. Love's out there. We're going to have a top 10. We're going to have 2 top 10 picks. Love is out there. There's a whole bunch of people out there. Grab playmakers. Make this team work. That's all I'm saying. Browns fans, keep Kevin. Be patient. We got this. Yeah.